Yeah, modern life. A strange and wondrous era where humans possess magic rectangles that display moving pictures and food that appears at your doorstep with a mere click. Truly an age of marvels. And yet you struggle with building good habits? Come on now. But don't worry, I'm not here to judge. I am Aristotle, Greek philosopher and teacher of world conquerors. I spent my life asking big questions and perfecting the fine art of stroking my beard while looking wise. And let me tell you, humans have always struggled with discipline. That's why today we're talking about Atomic Habits, a book by James Clear that breaks down the science of habit formation. But here's the funny part. We Greeks already figured this out thousands of years ago. So sit back, grab a goblet of whatever modern mortals drink, and let me teach you 5 atomic habits that I would absolutely approve. Stay till the end, because I'll reveal one powerful Stoic truth. Something so important that if ancient Greece had X, the old Twitter, it would be trending for weeks. Let's start with the most important habit, identity before action. James Clear says, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to become. That's a fancy way of saying, you don't just try to be great, you start acting like it. And let me tell you, the Greeks lived by this idea long before self-help books existed. Imagine a young Athenian boy dreaming of being a philosopher. If he just said, I should probably read more scrolls, nothing would change. But if he declared himself a philosopher, suddenly he was in the thick of it, debating at the town square and pestering elders with deep questions. He became what he believed. The same applies to you. If you want to be strong, stop saying, I should exercise, and start saying, I am an athlete. An athlete trains consistently, eats properly, and prioritizes movement. If you want to be a writer, stop thinking about writing and just start writing. One sentence, one idea at a time. Because once you start acting like the person you want to be, you become that person. Identity comes first. Action follows. It's the same philosophy I used when I was teaching Alexander the Great. Did I know he'd conquer half the known world? Not exactly. But did I treat him like a future ruler? Absolutely. And what happened? He lived up to that identity. People don't rise to the level of their goals. They rise to the level of their habits. And it all starts with how they see themselves. Next up, make it obvious. Humans are lazy by nature. Don't take offense. This is just science. If something is easy to access, you'll do it. If it's hidden or inconvenient, you won't. This is why cookies disappear faster when they're on the counter, and why your gym shoes, buried under a mountain of laundry, have gathered more dust than ancient ruins. In ancient Greece, warriors kept their swords right next to their beds. It wasn't just for protection. It was a visual reminder that said, you are a warrior. Get up and train. That kind of environmental cue reinforced their identity every single day. Now, apply this to your life. Want to read more? Put a book on your pillow. That way, when you go to bed, you see it. Want to drink more water? Keep a glass next to your workspace. Want to start working out? Lay out your gym clothes the night before. Better yet, put them on top of your phone so you physically have to move them to start doom scrolling. If you want to stop snacking, don't keep junk food in the house. If you want to wake up early, put your alarm across the room. The key isn't motivation. It's making the right choice so obvious that your brain has no excuses left. Now let's talk about a trick so simple. Even a toga-wearing philosopher can do it. The 2-minute rule. James Clear says if something feels overwhelming, just do it for 2 minutes. Why? Because once you start, you'll probably keep going. Humans are like ancient rolling boulders, hard to push at first, but unstoppable once in motion. Imagine a warrior. He doesn't wake up one morning and say, today I shall lift an ox. No. He starts by lifting something small. A rock, a goat, maybe a slightly confused chicken. Over time, the strength builds. So if you want to build a habit, make it ridiculously small. Want to read more? Just read 1 page. Want to get fit? Do 1 push-up. Want to write a book? Write 1 sentence. The hardest part of any habit is starting. So make the start so tiny that you can't possibly say no. And here's the funny part. Once you begin, your brain will think, well, I've already started, might as well keep going. And before you know it, you're deep into the habit you once thought was impossible. Think of the last time you dreaded a task. Maybe you kept putting off cleaning your room, writing an email, or studying. But the moment you actually started, you probably thought, "Oh, this isn't so bad." The trick? Shrink the task to 2 minutes and momentum will do the rest. And now, the fun part. Make habits attractive. Let's be honest. If something feels boring, you're not going to do it. This is why you must pair good habits with something enjoyable. Even in my time, we knew this. If a student despised studying, his teacher might reward him with a honey cake at the end of the lesson. This is why athletes love training when it's turned into a game or a competition. It tricks the brain into associating effort with pleasure. You can do this in countless ways. Want to work out? Only allow yourself to watch your favorite TV show while on the treadmill. Want to study? Pair it with your favorite drink or a comfy environment. Hate waking up early? Make your morning routine something you actually look forward to. Instead of dragging yourself out of bed like a defeated gladiator, create a reward. Maybe your favorite breakfast, a funny podcast, or blasting music that makes you feel like a victorious emperor. The key is hacking your brain. Your mind is wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. If you associate a habit with suffering, you will resist it. If you associate it with something fun or rewarding, you'll start craving it. This is why coffee lovers don't struggle to wake up. They look forward to their morning caffeine ritual. And if this feels like cheating, let me remind you, if it works, it works. Ancient Greeks didn't shame themselves for enjoying life. They simply learned how to use joy as a tool for self-discipline. Now, the most important rule of all, never miss twice. Everyone messes up. But the difference between failure and success is how fast you recover. Let's be real. Sometimes you will skip a workout. You will miss a study session. You will eat that entire loaf of bread even though you said you were cutting carbs. It happens. But here's the rule. Missing once is an accident. Missing twice is a decision. In my time, if a student missed a lesson, he could catch up. But if he missed 2, suddenly he was taking a break. And then, poof, he was gone, lost in a world of distractions and bad decisions. This applies to everything. If you skip a habit once, it's okay. Life happens. But if you skip it twice, you're already forming a new habit, the habit of quitting. So, whenever you slip up, recover immediately. Don't wait until next Monday. Don't wait for the right moment. Just restart. Because progress isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. Even if you only succeed 80% of the time, you're still moving forward. Think of it like sailing. One wrong turn won't ruin the journey. But if you stop steering, you'll drift completely off course. Habits work the same way. Miss one, but don't miss 2. And now, for the one secret that atomic habits didn't mention. But here's what the Stoics knew. Your habits are not just about success. They are about who you become. At the end of your life, no one will remember how many followers you had, how much gold you hoarded, or how fast you responded to emails. They will remember your character. And character is just habits, repeated daily. The warrior who trains daily is not just strong, he is disciplined. The thinker who reads daily is not just smart, he is wise. The person who shows kindness daily is not just nice, they are a force for good. This is the true reason to build habits. Not just to be productive, but to shape the kind of person you want to be. In the end, you are not remembered for what you said you would do, but for what you actually did, over and over again. And that is your legacy. So tell me, which habit do you struggle with the most? Comment below. And before you go, watch the next video. 5 Stoic secrets hidden in the power of now. You won't want to miss it.